Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Well, hey there. So for those of you who are traditional, longtime listeners of this podcast, you may remember back 15 episodes ago, I made the decision to record a reflections episode every 15 podcasts. So this was actually a recommendation from a trusted mentor of mine who asked me, how are you making sure your clients are making progress in your academy? So we kind of were talking through this and I told her that, well, we have benchmarks and I remind them and we review them when we meet. I show them the progress they've made. I point them back to how they are moving toward their goals, and I give them reassurance that they're on the right track. Or if they're not, we make adjustments and get them back on. And then she asked me, well, what are you doing to take pause and recognize your own growth or how you've changed or you've evolved? I thought this was a really good question because, I always seem to be looking at somebody else's business and it's easy. It's like when we see our kids every day and you don't realize how much they've developed until you look back at pictures of them, like even a year ago, and you look and feel exactly the same and the kids have like doubled in size. So I thought it would be so impactful for me to really share these every 15 weeks, 15 episodes with you for us together as my podcast listeners to kind of go back and reflect on what the last 15 weeks have really been and encompassed and what that means for us. So here's my episode, number 30, Finding My Voice. So first I want to loop you in on a quick story. So when I was in college, I was on a soccer team and I was asked by our university's athletic department to write a monthly article for the school newspaper about what was happening behind the scenes. So they thought it would give like a little personality to the team and showcase more about the players as real people and to talk about things like what we were all up to, what the team was doing pre-game, post-game. They just wanted a more authentic perspective. So I was totally up for the challenge. I love writing. I loved that they wanted more authenticity, and so I jumped on it. Well, it just so happened that as I sat down to write that first article, I was highly emotional. I know, shocking. See, I was a defender and my job on the field was to prevent the other team from scoring goals. And offense, on the other hand, is responsible for scoring the goals from our team. And we just so happened to be on a 3-game tying streak, which was lending itself to relenting a leading position going into playoffs. So I was a little heated up. I mean, basically, the last time I checked, the only way you can win a game is by offense scoring a goal. Yet we had just had a team meeting and it was our offensive players who were blaming the defense, i.e. me and, my other defensive teammates for not creating enough opportunities for them to get into scoring position. So here I was with kind of all this on my mind and getting ready to write my article. And so I did. So I submitted that first article to the athletic department and it was titled Pointing the Finger. Well, let's just say that was the last article I was asked to write because apparently it was a little too authentic. I wrote about how the team lost that week, not because we couldn't connect on the field. We lost because we couldn't connect off the field. We had fallen into this blaming mode, accusing everyone but our own selves, not taking our own accountability for not capitalizing on set play opportunities to score and win. We were very busy pointing the finger. I, for one, thought this was an invaluable lesson to share. I thought exposing our vulnerabilities and human flaws would highlight our authenticity. After all, isn't that what they asked for? But that wasn't exactly what the big boss had in mind. So that was that. Now, this wasn't the last time I would be asked to mute my opinion or filter my delivery of a subject. Several times in corporate positions, I was asked to speak, but then told, well, say it this way instead. I think I've conditioned myself to water down my message to meet the status quo of the majority in the room. But I'm done with that. And I'm now 30 episodes into this podcast, and I have developed a new sort of confidence. By the way, I think that this is my reward for being courageous and saying things that aren't being said. And part of the work I've done that has allowed this confidence to emerge is through finding my own voice. See, I've had this opinion, this philosophy that's seemingly so disconnected from that of my peers. It's just an unwavering belief that culture drives profits. And it's taken these 30 hours of podcasting on top of umpteen hours of phone conversations, videos, live streams, writing, training manuals, IGTVs, IG stories, you name it, to listen to myself and really untangle these thoughts that have been so scrambled in my head. And while I'm still working through this philosophy and how to clearly articulate it, I realize that the past 15 episodes have really helped me accept the fact that I'm different. I have a different perspective, but I also realized this: I'm actually not alone. Here's the thing. We're so obsessed with instant gratification that we sometimes start building the house without laying the foundation, right? It's much less sexy to pour concrete than it is to hang chandeliers. Yet I see this happen again and again and again and again. And for me, the math, it's simple. The people you attract into your business and life impact everything. End of story. And if you're listening to me and you're thinking, it's not all about money for me. It's about the value and appreciation for what I have to offer. It's about the experience I can provide to my patients and the transformation they'll have when they trust me as their provider. Well, you're in the right place, baby, because we are completely aligned. You see, if you focus on the things that matter and the process of growth, the results will come organically. If you focus on the result, you will miss the opportunity of becoming the person you were meant to become through this process. The person who is capable of leading a team, who is capable of producing iconic influence for your business. Something I've learned is that having the wrong people on deck, that can ruin your business. If you have the wrong people on your team, that can be a suck, a complete drain on your business. But then again, people can also turn an underperforming business around if you have the right team in place. So if you're feeling stuck, if your house is starting to crack, it's not because you need a new chandelier. It's because you need a stronger foundation. So if you have a pen and paper, get it out. And I want you to write this down because I'm literally going to give you all the juice right here. Your step-by-step profit blueprint to success in business. Okay, you ready? Here it goes. Number 1, focus on culture. A better culture attracts happier, more engaged, more passionate, more self-motivated employees. Happy employees attract happier patients who give you fewer headaches. They're happier with the results. They pay you more money. Happy patients mean you'll get more referrals of happy patients, more cross-sells, more upsells, which will increase your profit margins, lending to more cash on hand. Cash on hand will give you significantly more power to reinvest, to create more influence, to increase your authority, and to land more autonomy in your business, meaning you focus on your craft while your team makes you money in your sleep. The end. It's that simple. So speaking of designing a profit blueprint, finding your voice, and establishing iconic influence in your market, look, it's my mission to empower you to reach your full potential, to cultivate an extraordinary business that will withstand the test of time. And while 2020 has been a turbulent, disruptive year, I honestly could not be more optimistic about the beginning of 2021 and launching into a new year, because we are getting ready to kick off our new class of the Pop Aesthetic Leadership Academy. Now, perhaps you feel that the level of growth you desire feels unattainable. And I totally understand that. Maybe you're just not sure the steps to take to get there. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew that we are getting ready to open up membership for a new class of our Pop Aesthetic Leadership Academy beginning January 1st. And this Leadership Academy is our signature program, and it's really a powerful leadership development incubator for practice owners and practice managers in the aesthetic industry. And it's been developed based on really tactical and practical wisdom that I've learned over the last decade of mentoring, advising, and consulting with some of the continent's top aesthetic practices. And these are physicians who have board certifications in multiple specialties. They're authors, podium speakers. Many are already running multiple million-dollar enterprises. Make no mistake, these are powerful leaders in our industry. And we have the only program in the market that focuses on teaching your team the systems, strategies, and skills to consistently produce 6 figures in monthly revenue for you while you focus on your craft. And this is a group program where you'll be part of a cohort of like-minded people who share your unique passion and ambition. So I get it if you're tired of wasting your time with those stupid courses, consultants, or relying on companies to help you grow your business that just don't get the big picture. This might be a right fit for you. Our graduates are board certified MDs, practice managers, administrators, practice owners, and leaders. And while they may have different job titles, they share a nuanced set of powerful leadership skills that have allowed them to elevate to the top 2% of aesthetic businesses. So on December 1st, I'll be hosting a 5-day boot camp that will share with you the top 4 pillars that have catapulted our clients' business growth. If what I am saying is resonating with you, then you can sign up for free at www.klcconsultants.com/bootcamp. But I will tell you, this is not for everyone. This is not for someone looking for Insta fame. This is a higher level conversation designed exclusively for practices who are ready to make an investment once and for all in shoring up an unbreakable foundation for their business that will stand the test of time. So I have so enjoyed sharing my voice with you. And gosh, I can't believe this is episode 30, but I'll be back before you know it for reflections in episode 45. So thank you for joining me today. I'm so glad you tuned in. If you are a high growth aesthetic practice owner or leader looking to elevate your visibility, get in position to attract high-end clients, and stand out in a crowded marketplace, I'd love to invite you to join me for Iconic Influence, a 5-day high-impact bootcamp where my team will help you create a growth blueprint to ignite epic growth in your business going into 2021. Here's the thing. If you're doing any marketing at all this year and you're not doing work on your influential brand positioning, you are flat out leaving money on the table. Maybe you're an expert of your craft, but not yet a master of growing your business. Or perhaps you're a practice manager struggling to help your MD owner see the bigger picture to scalability. Or maybe you just have explicit ambition to create a bespoke growth system designed to produce 6 figures in revenue in your business every single month. If you are serious about effortlessly attracting higher-end patients and team members who recognize your brilliance, appreciate, support, and uplift you, this bootcamp is for you. Sign up now for free at www.klcconsultants.com/bootcamp and save the date for December 1st for a transformational experience. I'll see you there. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Fierce Factor. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you subscribe so you can automatically get new shows every week. I'd also love it if you left us a review. And come join the conversation online. If you're an aesthetic industry owner, operator, or leader, please join my free Facebook group, The Tribe of Fierce Aesthetic Leaders, a community of ambitious, purpose-driven professionals who collaborate and share best practices for growth in business and life. I'm honored you tuned in.